Hey everyone, let's talk about narcissistic personality disorder. To some extent, most people do have some narcissistic traits or characteristics, but the DSM-5 specifically outlines that the presence of 5 or more of the following characteristics and/or behaviors indicate a diagnosis of narcissistic personality disorder. Now, there are some studies that lean towards overprotective parents or neglectful parenting styles as a risk factor for individuals to develop this personality disorder. This video will just simply go over the signs of narcissistic personality disorder. Narcissists often have difficulties in relationships, problems at work, school. They often have depression, anxiety, substance abuse, and/or suicidal thoughts. Basically, they see themselves as superior to others, and they feel that they can only associate with people who are on their same level. They often exaggerate their achievements and/or their talents or abilities. They see themselves as superior without really having to put any work in or having to show any kind of merit for this, and they often believe that they're just overall special. This next one goes along with the previous. These are typically things that they're obsessed with. They're usually obsessed with one or more of these things, a preoccupation with fantasies about unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or an ideal partner. In addition to the belief that they're special and unique, they also feel that they can only be understood or associate with people who are special themselves or high status. You will often see them associate themselves with people in power positions and also people who are high achievers. Need for excess admiration. They cannot tolerate criticism, and they cannot be told that they aren't good enough or that they're not doing things right. They'll often give limits, and they'll even say things like, 3 strikes you're out. That's not an uncommon thing for them to say. They also want to be told how great they are, how wonderful, and they accept nothing less than this. Sense of entitlement. They expect from others, but they give very little back at all. They also have unreasonable expectations from people. They will often get mad once the other person decides to stop giving them things. They think that they are somehow entitled to whatever they need or want without having to do anything in return. They expect the people around them to do special favors, and they get angry if they aren't granted their wishes. Exploitive behavior. Their goal is to profit or to take advantage of others. They do not see any means for a relationship that does not give them some kind of gains. The minute that a relationship no longer serves them any purpose, they are done with that relationship. They use others without any guilt or shame, and people are just objects to them. People are just a means to an end. And once the other person stops giving, the narcissist no longer has any use for that person because that person no longer has value to them. They're really quick to take advantage of others without any regret or guilt. Lack of empathy is a big one. The narcissist disregards other people's feelings. They can't associate. They refuse to identify with anyone else or understand someone else's feelings. They don't consider how they make people feel, and they only see things from their perspective, from their wants and their needs, and it doesn't matter what it takes to get those things fulfilled, even if they're hurting another individual. They look at people like puppets to them. Narcissists are often jealous. Let's say you have a friend and someone else gives that friend a compliment. The narcissist cannot tolerate this. They will write that compliment off like their friend doesn't deserve the compliment. They are not able to be happy for another individual and their successes, especially if it's something that narcissist is not able to obtain in that moment. They have a very difficult time cheering on another individual unless they somehow benefit from that individual in some way. They are not able to give credit where credit is due. Arrogant behaviors and attitudes. These individuals often believe that they are superior and better than other individuals. They often demean, intimidate, bully, or belittle others. They often reveal an exaggerated sense of one's own importance or abilities, and they often want the attention in the room. They're very attention-seeking. If an individual has 5 or more of these characteristics, they fall under the criteria for diagnosis of a narcissistic personality disorder. There are other behaviors, though, that I want to discuss, just a few, just in case if you're kind of curious more about the narcissistic personality disorder. These are some other behaviors that a narcissist might display. They do not take criticism very well. Even though the narcissist may come off extremely confident and even arrogant, they actually have a very fragile self-esteem. To acknowledge a mistake, guilt, or regret that causes them to have to start analyzing themselves and break down their grandiose sense of self, and they can't do that. That breaks down everything that they know, and thus they're not able to do that. Narcissists use silent treatments and withholding love as a tool to try to get the other person to break down. This is a form of control and manipulation. Withholding love is the narcissist's form of control. They are able to switch love on and off like a light switch without any guilt or regret for doing so. Last characteristic to go over about a narcissistic personality disorder. Narcissists tend to monopolize the conversation. They want it to be about them, and they don't feel that what others have to say is as important as what they have to say. Well, that's it for this video. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and hit the thumbs up if you like this kind of video. We will be putting out more videos that have a lot to do with different kind of psychological and social psychology topics. If you have any suggestions, please put them below and maybe you'll see your video. Alright guys, have a good day.